What do I do when I become terrified by what's going on in the world, the fires, the smoke, and it starts to feel apocalyptic? I'll be answering this week's inquiry with an embodied practice that I hope brings about peace and change as each week I do on this little playlist, Notes from the Field, which is an advice vlog each week. I'm Coco Swanson. Welcome. Okay, what do we do? It's almost like with existential grief when there are problems that seem unsurmountable. Like, how can I, as an individual, affect climate change in big enough ways to solve forest fires, right? That seems insurmountable. Here's the catch is that fear is contagious. So if I'm focused on something like forest fires, which by all means I will be when the smoke starts to hit where I live or where those that I love live. So if you are impacted by global disasters, watch out for the cascading effect of fear because fear can quickly jump from, oh my gosh, the air's not clean enough to be outside in, to I don't have enough and fill in the blank. Like I'm fearful of my job, or I'm fearful about my child, or this relationship, or what's going on. I mean, it can go and collect everything else that we're fearful about. So, what to do when bad news about the climate or smoke comes that feels apocalyptic, or anything that's going on in the world feels apocalyptic, is we reel it back in. We reel it in to focus on what fear is most present for you right now. What does that fear gather? What other fears? And so, first, just to list the fears that whatever the apocalyptic news brought up in you. And the fear might be related or unrelated, but to list the fears that are present for you. And then to have a reality check on those fears. Like, well, if I'm fearful of smoke, but really that indicates something that I'm fearful about in my health or in the health of my mother or in a relationship. What's one minor or big thing or a thing I can offer in my imagination or action that can reconcile that fear? So essentially, when we become fearful of apocalyptic climate change, of things going on in our governments, of things that are so big and catastrophic, reel it back in for a minute to name your own fears in your own life and to look at what needs more tenderness, what needs more of your imagination, what needs more of your prayer, your care. And then here's one. So I've been steeped in wisdom traditions from different wise indigenous nations, in particular the Q'ero. I studied with the Q'ero in Peru. And when studying with them, I learned and have engaged with the idea that we are always in relation with the elements of the planet. So if I'm in the middle of fire season, I lay down and I remember what it feels like to be in a soft spring rain. And I invoke, I say, if I have power to invoke rain, I invoke that power now. And I imagine rain. I give thanks for rain. And who knows? I can't know how that's affecting it this right now. However, why not invoke it? Because our imagination creates reality and we are all connected. Yeah? So twofold. One, Uncover your own fears of your own life and care for that which you can. And two, imagine solutions, feel solutions, and say, yes, yes, yes. I invoke the power of our collective imagination. Okay? How does this land? Notes from the field this week is now complete. You can jump onto a solutions lab over on I'll provide links below because I do this live every other Sunday. Okay,